Welcome to the YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub, your one-stop solution for expert guidance, best practices, and actionable knowledge in the world of contact centers. Explore, learn, and enhance contact center skills. Here's a structured breakdown of the key considerations for target setting of right party contact rate in a contact center. Now let's explore how business models and use cases shape a PC target setting. In collection centers, targets need to factor in the age of the account, the accuracy of skip tracing efforts, and the debtor's willingness to engage. These elements directly impact how realistic the contact rate can be. In sales and telemarketing centers, the key driver is lead source quality. Warm leads, such as referrals or opt-ins, naturally deliver higher RPC, while cold lists require more modest expectations. Finally, consider BPO versus in-house operations. Outsourced centers are often bound by strict SLAs and contractual RPC commitments, while in-house teams typically enjoy more flexibility, setting campaign-specific goals that can adapt over time. The big insight here: your business model and use case dictate how aggressive or flexible your RPC targets should be. Tailoring them to context ensures both accountability and sustainability. One of the most critical drivers of right-party contact performance is data quality and lead source. First, look at the difference between clean, first-party lists and purchased, third-party data. Consent-based, verified information will always yield higher RPC rates, while purchased lists typically suffer from inaccuracies and lower engagement. Second, consider data freshness. Outdated or stale records quickly drag RPC down. Targets must reflect how often your lists are refreshed and validated. And third, in collections portfolios, account age matters. Early-stage accounts, such as those overdue by 30 to 60 days, have much higher RPC potential compared to late-stage accounts that are more than a year overdue. The message is simple: strong RPC performance begins with strong data. The cleaner, fresher, and more relevant your data, the higher and more sustainable your targets will be. Another major factor shaping right-party contact success is dialing strategy and technology. First, think about the type of dialer. Predictive dialers maximize call volume but often sacrifice accuracy, leading to lower quality RPC. In contrast, preview dialers allow agents to review information before the call, boosting accuracy but reducing total dialing volume. Second, pay close attention to caller ID reputation. If your outbound numbers are flagged as spam, customers won't pick up. In such cases, RPC targets must be adjusted downward until proper remediation steps, like reputation management, are in place. And third, leverage best time to call, or BTTC strategies. AI-driven dialing windows can identify when customers are most likely to answer, raising achievable RPC benchmarks and improving overall efficiency. The key takeaway: your dialing technology and strategy directly influence not just how many calls you place, but how many meaningful customer connections you achieve. Now let's examine the role of regulatory and compliance constraints in setting RPC targets. First, consider do not call lists and TCPA rules. These regulations reduce the size of your reachable customer pool, which directly lowers the possible RPC ceiling. Second, keep in mind GDPR consent rules. In many markets, especially in Europe, outbound sales to non-opt-in customers are not just discouraged, they may be strictly prohibited. That means your targets must reflect these legal boundaries. And third, understand regional variations. What's permissible in one geography may be far more restricted in another. For example, Regulations in the European Union are typically much stricter than those in the United States. The bottom line, RPC targets must be ambitious yet realistic, and always remain within compliance. Violating regulations may deliver short-term gains but creates long-term risks for both the business and its reputation. Another key factor that influences right-party contact performance is operational capacity and agent skill. First, consider agent proficiency. Experienced agents are typically more skilled at handling gatekeepers, verifying customers, and navigating conversations, which allows them to sustain higher RPC levels. Second, training and coaching play a vital role. New agents need time and structured development before they can consistently achieve target RPC levels. Third, recognize the impact of attrition. High turnover creates inconsistency, disrupts performance, and can lower RPC outcomes across the team. Finally, don't overlook language and regional fit. When agents are matched to the customer's language and cultural background, engagement improves significantly, driving higher RPC. The key message here is, RPC performance is not just about dialing strategy or data, it is also a direct reflection of your agent's skill, training, and stability. Let's now put RPC into perspective with some industry benchmarks. In collections, particularly consumer debt, RPC typically ranges from 15 to 30%, depending heavily on the age of the portfolio. In sales and telemarketing campaigns with warm leads, the benchmark is higher, often 25 to 40%, because these customers are more likely to engage. By contrast, cold calling campaigns using purchased lists usually see much lower results, in the range of 5 to 15%, due to data quality and lack of prior consent. And finally, in B2B campaigns, RPC tends to fall between 10 and 20%, largely because of gatekeepers and decision-maker availability. However, each successful connection often carries much higher revenue potential per contact. The takeaway is clear, RPC targets should always reflect the type of campaign and industry norms, rather than applying a one-size-fits-all expectation. Now let's look at how channel mix and omni-channel support affect right-party contact performance. First, consider voice alone versus omni-channel outreach. RPC improves significantly when calls are preceded by SMS or email reminders, warming up the customer before the call. Second, recognize that not all customers prefer voice. Some respond better to digital channels such as email, chat, or messaging apps. In those cases, the achievable RPC on voice may be naturally lower, but overall engagement improves when customers are contacted through their preferred channel. And third, the most effective approach is an integrated strategy. RPC targets should be set in the context of the entire contact journey, where voice works alongside digital touchpoints to maximize both connection rates and customer experience. The bottom line, voice is powerful, but RPC goals are most realistic and sustainable when they're part of an omni-channel strategy. Now let's look at how customer behavior and market dynamics influence right-party contact rates. First, consider economic conditions. During downturns or financial stress, customers are more likely to avoid debt collectors or sales pitches. As a result, contact rates can drop noticeably. Next, think about customer segmentation. Premium or VIP customers often have additional layers of privacy or gatekeepers. That means they may be harder to reach directly. However, when we do connect, the potential payoff is significantly higher, making these contacts extremely valuable. Finally, let's talk about seasonality. Customer behavior changes with the calendar. For example, right-party contact rates often rise during holiday campaigns, when people are more responsive and available. On the other hand, they tend to fall during tax season or school reopenings when customers are preoccupied with other priorities. The key takeaway here is economic climate, segmentation, and seasonality all shape how successful your outreach will be. By understanding these dynamics, leaders can set realistic RPC targets and adjust their strategies proactively. Let's now focus on the risk and sustainability considerations when setting RPC targets. First, beware of over-aggressive targets. Pushing right party contact rates too high often backfires. It can lead to overdialing, raising compliance risks, frustrating customers, and even getting your numbers flagged as spam. Second, remember to balance RPC with conversion and customer experience. A high contact rate means very little if those conversations don't lead to meaningful conversions, or if they create negative experiences that harm long-term relationships. Finally, keep an eye on attrition risk. Unrealistic RPC expectations put excessive pressure on agents. Over time, this stress translates into burnout, higher turnover, and increased replacement costs. The lesson is clear: sustainable success in outbound operations isn't about maximizing RPC at all costs. It's about setting balanced goals that protect compliance, support conversions, enhance customer experience, and safeguard your workforce. Finally, let's talk about continuous monitoring and adjustment of our RPC targets. First, embrace dynamic targeting. Right party contact goals should never remain fixed indefinitely. Instead, they should be reviewed on a monthly or quarterly basis, ensuring they reflect the latest market realities and campaign performance. Second, apply segmentation-based targets. Fresh leads will naturally yield higher RPC rates compared to older or aged debt portfolios. By tailoring benchmarks for each segment, you get a more realistic and fair measure of performance. And third, leverage AI forecasting. Predictive analytics can identify connect patterns from historical data, allowing you to set smarter, more precise RPC goals. This minimizes guesswork and aligns your targets with actual customer behavior. The key insight: RPC management is not a set-and-forget exercise. It requires regular review, smart segmentation, and AI-powered forecasting to remain accurate, fair, and sustainable. Now let's bring it all together with some example target setting for RPC. First, consider a collections portfolio in the 60 to 90 days overdue range. Industry benchmarks suggest an RPC of 25 to 30%. However, when enhanced with AI-powered dialing and skip tracing, a more precise and achievable target could be 28%. Next, look at a cold calling campaign that relies on purchased leads. The industry benchmark here is much lower, around 8 to 12%. A realistic starting point would be about 10% RPC, with the expectation of gradual improvement through data cleansing and better lead validation. The key takeaway is this: targets must be rooted in benchmarks but refined with technology, segmentation, and realistic expectations. This ensures they are both achievable and sustainable for your teams. Let's wrap up with a summary on setting RPC targets. Effective leadership must consider several key factors. Data quality and source reliability, because even the best dialing strategy fails with poor data. Dialing strategy, technology, and caller ID reputation, these directly influence whether customers pick up. Regulatory restrictions and compliance boundaries essential to protect both the business and customer trust. Industry benchmarks and campaign type, as different segments have very different achievable RPC levels. Operational realities such as agent skill, attrition risk, and seasonality, which all shape performance outcomes. The golden rule: A sustainable RPC target isn't about maximizing dials, it's about striking the right balance between efficiency, compliance, customer experience, and conversion impact. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. See you in the next video.